The Odyssey is an epic ancient Greek poem written by the renowned poet Homer. The story follows the journey of a Greek hero named Odysseus on his way back home after fighting in the Trojan War. The 10-year journey is fraught with danger and eventually leads to the death of his entire crew. The story is divided into 24 books, and upon his homecoming, Odysseus finds himself having to compete with a group of suitors for his wife's hand in marriage, as they had assumed him to be dead. His wife Penelope and son Telemachus had to contend with these suitors in his absence. The Odyssey is said to be one of the world's oldest surviving works of literature. Composed in Homeric Greek during the 7th or 8th century BC, the story is believed to have evolved from a long-standing oral tradition. Although Homer's authorship was not known in antiquity, he is widely acknowledged as the author of the story today. The story explores vital themes such as nostos, wandering, xenia, testing, and omens. Women and slaves play a significant role in the epic, setting it apart from Homer's other famous work, the Iliad, which focuses on warfare. The Odyssey has remained a significant work of literature in the Western canon, and it has undergone numerous adaptations and reimaginings in various media since its first English translation in the 16th century. In 2018, a BBC Culture poll named the Odyssey as the most enduring narrative in literature, reaffirming its cultural importance to date. The Odyssey is an epic tale of adventure, courage, and perseverance. At the center of the story is Odysseus, king of Ithaca, who, after the 10-year Trojan War, finds himself stranded on an unknown island held captive by the nymph Calypso. Back in Ithaca, his son Telemachus is struggling to manage the estate and deal with a group of suitors who are vying for his mother's hand in marriage. With the guidance of Athena, Telemachus sets out on a journey to find his father, seeking the counsel of respected Greek warriors and kings along the way. As he travels, he encounters various challenges and dangers, but through his determination and strength, he grows into a powerful and courageous young man. Meanwhile, Odysseus is tested time and again on his perilous journey home. From battling mythical creatures to navigating treacherous seas, he never loses sight of his goal, to reunite with his beloved family and reclaim his kingdom. Finally, after many trials and tribulations, father and son are reunited in an emotional and tearful embrace. Penelope's suitors are vanquished, and peace is restored to Ithaca under the wise and just rule of the reunited family. Though the journey was long and arduous, it taught them all valuable lessons about courage, loyalty, and the enduring power of love. Calypso, a nymph and daughter of Atlas, had fallen deeply in love with Odysseus during his 7-year captivity on her island of Ogygia. Despite her offers of immortality, he remained steadfast in his yearning for home, which only made her love him more. She tried everything she could think of to make him stay, but he only grew more determined to leave, until eventually, he caught the attention of the gods. Zeus responded to Athena's plea and commanded the messenger god Hermes to order Calypso to release Odysseus. Though heartbroken, Calypso complied, and even provided him with clothing, food, and drink before he set sail on a raft. But Poseidon, god of the sea, learned of his escape and wrecked the raft. Fortunately, the sea nymph Ino gifted him with a veil to keep him afloat as he swam to the island of Skiri. There, he collapsed in a pile of leaves and slept. It was the laughter of young girls that awakened him, and he met Nausicaa, daughter of King Alcinous and Queen Arete, who had been prompted by Athena in a dream to go to the shore. Seeking her help, he was directed to her parents who promised him safe passage home on one of their ships. While on Skiri, Odysseus listened to the blind singer Demodocus tell the story of the Trojan horse, a stratagem in which he had played a leading role. Overwhelmed with emotion, Odysseus finally revealed his true identity and recounted his journey home from Troy. He retold the details of his encounters with Polyphemus, Circe, and the Sirens, among others. The Phaeacians were impressed with his bravery and hardships and offered to return him home with rich gifts. Thus, Odysseus overcame the obstacles he faced with the help of both kind and cruel gods alike, securing his place in the annals of history as one of the greatest heroes of all time. Odysseus, the legendary hero of Greek mythology, had a perilous journey back home to Ithaca after the fall of Troy. His adventure was filled with danger, betrayal, and excitement. One of the most intriguing parts of his epic journey was when he and his 12 ships landed on the island of the Lotus Eaters. The island's inhabitants, the Lotus Eaters, offered the crew fruit from the lotus that made them forget about their homecoming. Odysseus had to forcefully take his men from the island to continue on the journey home. This experience served as a warning for Odysseus that his journey will be filled with more unexpected hurdles. Their next stop was near the land of the Cyclopes. The men entered the cave of Polyphemus and were trapped when he blocked the entrance with a boulder. Polyphemus killed Odysseus' men and planned to kill him as well, but Odysseus had a plan. He gave the Cyclops wine and blinded him, while escaping the cave by hiding under the sheep. After the escape, Polyphemus called upon Poseidon to curse Odysseus, leading him to wander for 10 years. Odysseus then met Aeolus and was given a leather bag containing all the winds except the west wind, which would ensure a safe return home. But Odysseus' men opened the bag, thinking it contained gold, and the winds blew them off course. Next, the cannibalistic Laestrygonians destroyed all the ships except Odysseus' own. Afterward, they went to the island of Aeaea, where they met Circe, a witch goddess, who turned half of the men into swine. Hermes gave Odysseus an herb to make him resistant to Circe's magic. Odysseus forced Circe to turn his men back to their human forms and stayed with her for a year. They left after Odysseus was instructed by Circe. Odysseus and his crew arrived at the western edge of the world and met the prophet Tiresias, who warned them not to eat the sacred livestock of Helios on the island of Thrinacia. They also met Odysseus's dead mother and his comrades from Troy. During their journey, they passed through the land of the Sirens and skirted the Scylla and the whirlpool Charybdis, losing 6 of their men. Finally, they landed on Thrinacia, breaking the warning and hunted the sacred cattle. Helios asked Zeus to punish them, causing a shipwreck, and all except Odysseus drowned as he clung to a fig tree. He then landed on Ogygia and stayed there as the lover of Calypso. Odysseus was a determined man who fought many obstacles to return home and reunite with his family.
Do you want to explore more Greek mythology stories? Who do you want to see featured next? Subscribe and leave a comment below to let me know. I'll see you in the next video.